In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you 7 techniques that will help you never run out of things to say in English. Are you ready? Well then, let's jump right in. Technique number 1. Use the past, present, future expansion. Again, the past, present, future expansion. What is this? Basically, you're going to add what happened before, what is happening now, and what will happen next. As you're speaking, you're focusing on what happened in the past, what happens or what is happening right now, and what's going to happen in the future. Now, why is this such an effective technique? Here is the first reason why it's so effective. The first reason is it gives you a clear mental roadmap. You always know what to talk about. You're going to talk about first what happened in the past, then what's happening now, and finally what will happen in the future. You have a clear roadmap. The second reason why it's so effective is it prevents those awkward pauses because you're building a timeline instead of searching for random ideas. So the person listening to you is also going to be able to follow along. And the third reason is it naturally creates longer responses without feeling forced or repetitive. This is a very powerful technique for you as an English learner. So let's check out some examples using this technique. Example number 1. I started this project last week. Right now I'm finishing the main part, and next week I plan to present it. What happened? I took you on this roadmap, this journey with me. What happened in the past? Oh, I started this project last week. What's happening now? Right now I'm finishing the main part. And what's going to happen in the future? Next week I plan to present it. Again, simply following the technique, past, present, future. Here's example number 2. I worked on the presentation yesterday. Today I'm reviewing the feedback, and tomorrow I'll submit the final version. Very clear. Past, present, future. If someone were to ask me, hey Tiffany, how's your presentation going? I can say, I worked on the presentation yesterday, and today I'm reviewing the feedback, and tomorrow I'll submit the final version. Past, present, future. You're catching it, right? And here's the third example. She joined the company in March. Currently, she's training the new team members, and by summer, she'll be leading her own department. I'm taking you on this journey. Past, present, future. Make sense? Excellent. Technique number 1. This leads us to technique number 2, which is use comparisons. Remember, we're talking about how to help you never run out of things to say in English. Technique number 2, use comparisons. What does this mean? You're going to compare your idea to something else in order to extend your response. Again, you're comparing your own idea to something else in order to extend your response. Why is this technique so powerful? Here's the first reason. It forces you to think beyond a single statement. You must connect 2 ideas, the original idea belonging to you and what you're comparing it to. So it forces you to think beyond that single idea or single statement. Reason number 2, it automatically creates contrast. Words like more than or less than or similar to, which naturally extend the length of your sentences. This is why it's so powerful. And reason number 3, it gives listeners a clear mental picture because they can visualize the difference between 2 concrete things. You're taking the listener on a journey with you by having these comparisons. Here are 3 examples to help you understand this technique even more. Example number 1. It's colder than yesterday, but not as cold as last winter. I'm making a comparison. Today, it's colder than yesterday, but not as cold as last winter. Yesterday and last winter. We're comparing these 2. Makes sense, right? Excellent. Here is example number 2. You're following along. This restaurant serves Italian food, but the one downtown focuses more on French cuisine. 2 restaurants. This restaurant serves Italian food, but the one downtown focuses more on French cuisine. You see what's happening, right? It makes your English more interesting. And here's the third example, example number 3. My new apartment is smaller than my old one, but it's much closer to work. I'm comparing my current apartment with my previous apartment. My new apartment is smaller than my old one, but it's much closer to work. Again, technique number 2, use comparisons. You're catching it, right? Excellent. All right, here's technique number 3. Give 2 to 3 examples. Again, give 2 to 3 examples. You see, examples help you expand your thoughts naturally. I'm doing it right now. As I'm teaching you these techniques, what do you find me doing after I explain the reasons? Giving you 3 examples. Why? Because examples help you expand your thoughts naturally. Now, here are 3 reasons why this technique is so powerful. Reason number 1, it trains your brain to illustrate instead of just state a point. You're not stopping at, I like quiet hobbies. No, you're proving it with real activities, real examples. Here's reason number 2. It actually buys you processing time naturally. You see, listing examples feels smooth and confident, not like you're stalling or searching for words. You're actually giving examples. And reason number 3, it makes your English sound more specific, more credible, because listeners can picture exactly what you mean instead of just guessing. This is why the technique is so effective. Here are 3 examples. Example number 1. She enjoys outdoor activities, such as hiking, cycling, or kayaking. You see what happened, right? I made a statement. She enjoys outdoor activities. What are the examples? Oh, such as hiking, cycling, or kayaking. Here's example number 2. Example number 2. We need to improve our customer service. For instance, faster response times, better training, or clearer communication. I love this technique. It's so effective, and you can start implementing it, using it today, and you'll see your English improve. Here's example number 3. He's interested in learning new skills like coding, graphic design, or photography. Again, 3 examples, expanding in a natural way. Now we're going to go to technique number 4. But I want to ask you this. Have you ever felt tired? Do you feel tired of starting your English over and over again every few months? You're enjoying this lesson with me, but sometimes you start over and over again. I want to give you a way out. 1 lesson a day, you just show up and follow. That's it. Consistency changes everything, and the system that I've created makes consistency automatic. Stop thinking about it. Click the link in the description and finally move forward. Tomorrow, you'll already be 1 day closer. Start following the system by going to www.speakenglishwithttiffany.com/365 system. My goal is to help you stop feeling tired and finally make progress. Now, let's move to our next technique. Our next technique that we're going to focus on is technique number 4. Technique number 4 is add feelings plus reasons. Add feelings plus reasons. In other words, express how you feel and why you feel that way. Again, express how you feel and why you feel that way. Let me give you the reasons why this is so powerful. Reason number 1, it connects facts to feelings. Learners often know what to say, but stop short because they skip the emotional, why do you feel this way? Leaving responses feeling incomplete. The person listening to you is wondering, oh, okay, so why do you think that way? Why do you feel that way? Here's reason number 2. It creates a natural 2-part structure, feeling plus reason. This gives you an automatic second sentence instead of stopping after 1 short answer. And reason number 3, it makes your response more personal and engaging. Listeners stay interested when you explain why something matters, not just what happened. So again, our fourth technique, add feelings plus reasons. What does this sound like? Here is our first example. I'm excited about the new project because it allows me to learn new skills and work with a great team. What's the feeling? Woo, I'm excited. What are the reasons? It allows me to learn new skills and work with a great team. Example number 2. She feels nervous about the presentation because it's her first time speaking in front of such a large audience. Feeling nervous. Reason, it's her first time speaking in front of such a large audience. And example number 3. They're disappointed with the results because they worked really hard but didn't achieve their goal. Feeling disappointed. Reason, they worked really hard but didn't achieve their goal. Technique number 4, add feelings plus reasons. This leads us to technique number 5. Use the because, but, so method. Again, because, but, so method. What is this? You're going to expand your idea by adding a reason, which is because, a contrast, which is but, and a result. So, again, a reason, contrast, and result. So why is this such a powerful technique? Here is the first reason why this is so powerful. It provides 3 automatic ways to extend any statement. You add a reason, because, you add a contrast, but, or a result, so, to keep speaking naturally. All right, this is the first reason. The second reason is it transforms short answers into complete mini stories by forcing you to explain the cause, the obstacle, and the outcome in one response. And the third reason is it matches how native speakers actually talk. These connectors link ideas seamlessly, training your brain to speak in longer, connected thoughts. This is a powerful technique. Because, but, so. Check out these examples. Here's the first example sentence. Here we go, or example sentences. I wanted to attend the conference because it seemed interesting, but the tickets were sold out, so I watched the live stream instead. Notice how if you're watching this lesson, even my head is changing. It's changing positions. I wanted to attend the conference because it seemed interesting, but the tickets were sold out, so I watched the live stream instead. But, so because, but, so. Here's the second example. She started learning guitar because she loves music, but she found it challenging at first, so she hired a private tutor. Again, she started learning guitar because she loves music, but she found it challenging at first, so she hired a private tutor. You're catching on, aren't you? Excellent. Here is the third example. We planned a picnic because the weather looked perfect, but it started raining suddenly, so we moved everything indoors. Because, but, so. This technique is powerful, and it leads to our 6th technique. Our 6th technique is describe using the 5 senses. Again, describe using the 5 senses. So add sensory details: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Again, the 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Now, why is this such a powerful technique? Here is the first reason. It pushes you past vague words like nice or good. You must explain exactly what you saw, what you heard, or what you felt. Here's the second reason. It uses real memories instead of abstract words. Your brain finds it easier to recall specific sensory experiences than generic descriptions. It finds it easier to find these instead of just generic descriptions. And reason number 3, it gives you 5 different ways to continue. When you run out of visual details, switch to sounds or textures to keep your description flowing. Now, I know you're curious. Oh, Tiffany, wait a minute. What are the examples using this technique? I'm so glad you asked. Example number 1. The coffee shop had a warm atmosphere. You could hear soft jazz music playing in the background, and the chairs were surprisingly comfortable. You see what's happening, right? There was a warm atmosphere, how it made me feel. I could hear the senses again listening. I could hear soft jazz music playing in the background, and the chairs, my sense of touch, were surprisingly comfortable. Here's example number 2. Walking through the forest trail was refreshing. The ground felt soft under my feet. I could hear birds chirping above, and the air smelled like pine trees. Using your 5 senses to describe a situation. And example number 3. The street market was incredibly lively. Vendors were calling out to customers. The colorful fruits caught my eye immediately, and I could taste samples of fresh honey. We're painting a picture, describing a situation using your 5 senses. This is how you never run out of things to say, and it leads us to technique number 7. Include other people's perspectives. Again, include other people's perspectives. In other words, add what someone else thinks or said. Add what other people said, what other people think. This is technique number 7. Why is this so powerful? Reason number 1. It transforms your answer from a single viewpoint into multiple perspectives, which brings in what others think naturally and expands your content naturally as well. Reason number 2. It automatically creates contrast through phrases like, "But my friend said," or "My teacher disagrees." This extends your response without repetition. And reason number 3, it reduces the pressure. The pressure you might feel to justify only your opinion. You see, mentioning others' views makes continuing the conversation easier when you're uncertain. This is a powerful technique. So let's check out some examples. Example number 1. I loved the movie. My sister didn't enjoy it, but my friends thought it was great. 3 individuals, 3 groups. I loved the movie. My sister didn't enjoy it, but my friends thought it was great. The question would be, hey, how was the movie? Listen, I loved the movie. My sister, she didn't enjoy it, but my friends thought it was great. Excellent response. What did we do? Included other people's perspectives. Example number 2. I think the new policy is helpful. However, my manager believes it needs more flexibility, and several coworkers agree with him. Adding other perspectives, adding other people's thoughts and ideas. And example number 3. The book was really inspiring to me. My professor said it's one of the most important works in the field, though some critics argue it's outdated. 3 groups, again. The book was really inspiring to me. My professor said it's one of the most important works in the field, though some critics argue it's outdated. What happened? We included other people's perspectives. Makes sense, right? Again, this is how you never run out of things to say in English. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I want you to let me know in the comment section which one was your favorite. And also, if you want to follow the system I created to help you go from intermediate to advanced, the 365 system, hit the link right in the description or go to www.speakenglish.com/365 system, and I will talk to you in the next lesson. You still there? You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, hey, hey. I said it's story time. All right. So this is a story that I have told before. It's a story about my best friend, my grade school best friend, and how she did not run out of words in this situation. Now, just to give you some background, so my best friend from grade school is introverted. She has great conversations, but she's normally shy. She kind of, just kind of sit in the background. If there are many people around, she kind of just relax. So she and I both attended another friend's event. I'm trying to tell the story carefully, just in case people see or watch this video. So we attended this event for a friend of ours, and we went to the event. The event was great. And after the event was over, they had food for us. So my best friend and I, we sat at the table and we were waiting for the food to come. And all of a sudden, so she and I were speaking, all of a sudden, my ex-boyfriend sat in front of me. And it caught me off guard. Now, as you can tell, I don't have a problem with speaking. I am very outgoing. I love having conversations. But when he sat right across from me at the table, it was as if I didn't have any words. Now, he's a nice guy, very nice man, but it was just awkward because he was my ex and he was sitting across from me. And yes, I kind of still liked him. Not kind of, I did still like him at the time. We both kind of still liked each other, but we weren't together. So he sat across from me and said, "Hey, Tiff, how are you?" And my best friend is sitting right here, and I could tell that she was reading my body language. And I said, "Hey, I'm good." Voice went up a little higher. "Hey, So he's talking to me, and I'm talking, but I kind of want the conversation to end. And again, my friend is normally quiet. She's normally reserved. So I'm sitting there and he's talking, and then he just looks at me and we're just sitting there. Then my friend speaks up, and I'm caught off guard because she normally just stays quiet. She looks at him and says, "Are you done?" And I turn and look at her and I was like, oh my goodness. In my head, I said, "Oh my goodness." And he was like, "Huh?" She said, "Are you done? I mean, if you have nothing else to say, it's okay for you to leave." She wasn't rude. It caught both of us off guard because she normally doesn't speak up like that. And she said, "It's okay for you to leave." She was reading my body language. I wanted the conversation to end because it was awkward, but I wasn't saying, hey, hey, see you later. So she spoke up. Now, this woman who normally does not say a lot, in this moment, she was not at a loss for words. She said, "It's okay for you to walk away." And again, for him, it got awkward. And I was like, wow, this is not a good situation. He said, he tried to laugh it off kind of nervously. He was like, okay. He's like, "Hey, all right, Tiff, good seeing you." And he said bye to her and he walked away. And there was a moment of silence again. And I looked at my friend and I was like, where did that come from? And she said, "Did you want the conversation to end?" I was like, yes. She was like, okay. So I ended it. We laugh about this now because, again, I never expected her to do that because she's an introvert. She's so reserved. But in that moment, she read my body language and she spoke up. So this is encouragement for you. If you are normally a nervous person, if you are normally shy, there's going to come a point when that shyness will go away. That nervousness will go out the window. I'm glad it happened for me when my friend was there and we laugh about the situation now. Again, the guy is a good guy. We've since talked and everything, but I will never forget that moment when my friend said, "It's okay for you to walk away." I hope you enjoyed this story and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'll talk to you next time.